True Boxing here. I'm going to do my post-fight wrap-up of Adrien Broner versus Maidana. I hate to start this video off talking about Floyd, but I feel like we have to. We have to cover all bases. There is only one Mayweather. I've done videos where I've told you that there is a difference between Floyd and Broner. As far as their defensive skills, their offensive skills, their lateral movement, their combinations, their angles, there's a difference. All right. Now, I went into this fight. I did a video where I said, don't be surprised if Broner stopped Maidana. And I was way off, just like about everybody on the YouTube community. Everybody pretty much thought that Broner would, this is a showcase fight for him. First, I'm gonna say that Broner, he has heart. He did answer. Believe it or not, there's a silver lining here. Broner did answer and fulfill a lot of questions that a lot of people had about him. One of those questions being, how was his chin? And for those of you who follow my videos and know how I feel like a person's chin, if you get hit by a puncher, you should respond respond accordingly. I don't fault you for getting hit by, Tyson Flush and going down. You're not going to get criticized for me about that. It's when you get hit by the Paul and Malinagis, the fighters that are not known one-hit punchers that put you down or hurt you. Then that makes me question it. So he did get dropped by Maidana, I want to say with a left hook bagging up, and it put him down. And when he got up, his legs was buzzed. He did get back up, so I give him props there because he got back up. But Maidana basically took advantage of one of the biggest flaws in Broner's style, and I believe that he needs to go back to the drawing board because it has been shown. Broner doesn't throw a lot of punches. Now I know a lot of people say Mayweather doesn't throw a lot of punches, but the difference between Broner and Mayweather is, even though Mayweather doesn't throw a lot of punches, he makes it much harder to hit him. He doesn't square up, and he makes it so much harder to hit him flush. And it's one of the games Floyd plays. If I can't hit you clean, you won't hit me at all. But that's not the case with Broner. Broner, even though he's not hitting you, you're still able to hit him. And that's what Maidana was doing. Maidana was fighting Broner. He wasn't boxing Broner. He was fighting him. Maidana took advantage of the fact that Broner is stationary. Even though he does move and slip, the reality is his feet are not moving. He's moving from the upper body on. So all you have to do is just punch at a target. The target's there. I mean, just think of it. Floyd is more so a moving. Floyd throws feints. He gives you head movements. He'll turn southpaw. He'll turn orthodox. He'll feint to the body. He'll feint to the top. Bam, hit you with a left hook. He'll feint and don't throw anything. He keeps you guessing. That's one of Floyd's games. He keeps you guessing. You don't know if he's going to hit you with a hard shot, soft shot, if he's going to feint and not do anything, if he's going to feint and throw a punch. He gives you so many looks to where you're like a nervous wreck. Whereas Broner, even though he's feinting and doing these things, his legs are not moving. He's like that basketball player who has good handles. But the reality is, when you sit back and think about, like, damn, he got complete ball control. But when you sit down and look at it, you're like, he's not even moving. He hasn't went anywhere. He's done all that through his legs and, jerking and, razzle-dazzle, but he hasn't got any closer to that rim. That's Broner. And that's how Broner was in this fight. He hasn't got any closer to that rim. And so Broner was landing some good shots. I'm not going to get anything, but his shots were few in between. Maidana was, I can't even lie. Maidana was sometimes just windmilling. Like, fuck it. He was out there just throwing them bitches. And I ain't knocking him for it because, hey, whatever lands, lands. But Broner I don't think he was off his game. I just think it's one of the fundamental flaws with his style. He keeps a wide stance. And for a fighter like Maidana, like everybody was saying, you're going to have to hurt him to gain his respect. If you do not hurt him, you're in for a rude awakening. And I don't think that Broner was able to do that early on. He wasn't able to hurt Maidana like he should have been able to early on. And I think that cost him a lot in this fight. Maidana did what he normally does. He bullies. He's tough. Like I said, this is a clear-cut case, to borrow from what, who did a video about that? I think it was Blood Boxing, where he said sometimes will can defeat skill, and sometimes it can match it. This was a clear-cut case of that. Maidana doesn't have half the skill Broner has, but his will is strong. He's strong. And like Paulie Malignaggi was saying, he knows what it feels like to have to dig down deep to keep fighting. Broner you're going to have a jab against Maidana. Even if it's a pitter-pat jab or it's a flickering jab like, Devin used against him. You're going to have to use a jab to keep him guessing. You cannot stand in front of this guy. And that's what Broner thought he did. I believe Broner underestimated him. Not underestimated him completely. I don't believe that. I believe he underestimated the fact that, one, he doesn't hit as hard as, I don't think he hits as hard as he does. Two, I think he's a lot slower than what he is. And three, I think I can break his will. I think he underestimated those things. Maidana is a very hard puncher. Do I think I heard somebody say he's twice the puncher Broner. I don't think that. I believe he might be a 15, 20% edge in power, Maidana versus, Broner. Broner's a good puncher, and believe it or not, I've seen punches that were, I won't say buzzing or won't say hurting, but there were punches that got Maidana's attention, but they were so far in between that it didn't matter. Maidana did what I thought he might do, which was he tried to blitz Broner quick. And it almost didn't work in his favor. I don't know if anybody paid attention, but I would say from the 5th or 6th round on, Maidana was gassing badly. I mean, Broner seemed to be in much better shape as far as stamina to continue the fight. But Maidana seemed to me to be literally gassing the hell out. I mean, he seemed to be just breathing hard and, because to me it seemed like his plan was to try to blitz Broner early. Test his chin, blitz him early, get him out of there, quick. And it almost didn't work in his favor. The headbutt, Broner was, I have to agree, Broner was, it looked like he was trying to look for a way out. It looked like this. He tried to look for a way out, but I think when he went back into that corner, because a lot of people think he a bitch or he saw. I actually don't think Broner saw. I think when he went back into that corner, when he gave him that time to recover, I think he probably had a talk with himself like, fuck it, we're going to finish this fight. He looked like, when I seen him from when he rolled on the ground and got up like he didn't want to get up to when he went and stood in that corner. And I think he realized, fuck this, we're going to finish this fight. We ain't going to go out like that. We're going to take our loss. If we're going to lose, we're going to lose. So I think he had like a little talk with himself and realized we're going to finish it. Whatever happens, happens. And so props to that. A lot of people don't realize that at the end of the day, Broner is only 24 years old. Maidana's 30. A little bit more experience. He lacks this. This is a case where experience comes in is key. It means a lot. That's what people don't understand. That's what get back to Floyd and Canelo. Experience played a key. Sometimes it's not about skill. Sometimes it's about will and experience. And that's what Maidana displayed over Broner this fight. The experience. It was a lot of things that Broner did not know how to do. Very talented fighter. People fail to realize that even though he talks a lot of shit, he's very accomplished for a 24-year-old, and you don't get there. I know boxers that are his age that are nowhere near that pedestal. You get what I'm saying? I know tons of fighters. This was a learning experience. I think the ass whooping didn't hurt Broner as much as being humbled did. Maidana humbled him and showed him that everybody has a chance and that will can beat skill. That's what humbled him. Will he be the same? That's hard to say. We don't know. I also believe that he did a lot of pushing. He should have been deducted a point for that. Y'all know how I feel about pushing. Khan was doing it a lot. He was doing it a lot when Maidana got close. But I just think Broner needs to work on a lot of things. He needs to throw more punches. He has to start moving his entire body. You can't move, because even if you're moving from the waist up, I can predict where you're going to come back up to. I mean, but if you don't move or change the angle, that won't happen. And so I believe that Maidana just out-scrapped him this fight. He just out-fought him. But Broner did show me some heart. He didn't want to stay for the fight. I mean, for the post-fight. I don't blame him. He was hurt. It wasn't the beating. This is what a lot of people don't get. The fight was not hurt. What hurt him? It ain't even necessarily the loss. He got humbled. Can you imagine believing that you're Superman? Because I believe Broner believed he was Superman and turned from mortal to from immortal to mortal. That's what happened with Broner last night. Big props up to Maidana, because I didn't think it was him doing it. I thought the body shots was gonna do him in. It was some and Broner did land some good body shots. Broner was in some good shape. He never, to me, seemed more discouraged and that it's not going the way I want. He never seemed to me, as far as the beating, that he couldn't finish the fight. It seemed more so like, what the fuck is going on? This is not what we planned for type deal. What the hell's going on? But big props. I think Broner is, people said, about his power. I thought he was hitting Maidana with some good shots, but the thing about it is Maidana is a scrapper, and he ain't going to take no for an answer. So that's just my post-fight wrap-up. Hold your head up, Broner. You still got some fight in you. You're only 24. To me, you didn't take a beating. You just got beat up. That sounds contradictory. You didn't take a massive beating like Soto Karass did. It was like you just took an ass whooping from somebody that was a little bit tougher. You ran into that bully. That's my analogy. You ran into that bully. You was a bully. You ran into that bully around the corner to let you know somebody's always better. So, True Boxing, rate, comment, subscribe. That's just my take on it. I don't want to run too much longer. But, props to Maidana. Broner, hold your head up.